Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Rents Collectibles. And boy, do we have a good one here for you today, because we are going to be looking at the set list that was officially revealed for Mythik TCG's newest set coming out next week, Forbidden Tides. Now, there's some really good stuff with this, because they've teased not only that there's going to be some new full art cards and some new goodies coming out. We actually have two things. We have native language cards coming in. So there's going to be some cards that are going to have their name and such in the actual language of whatever mythology or, culture that it originated in. And I'll explain more of that when we get to it. But then there's also a one-of-one serialized chase card. One of one. Only one ever made. And it's going to be in a box that everybody can purchase and go after. So this is going to be really good set, like extremely good set. And looking at the set list, I am just beyond excited for this set to drop. It is going to be such a good set. There's a lot of alternate art cards in here and a lot of full art cards. So without further ado, let's dive on into the set list. All right, so here we are. We can see the set list here. This is just an Excel spreadsheet. The arts are going to be made known here very soon. We already do know some of the cards that are actually on here. We've seen them reveal quite a few of them already. But it's very interesting here. I love the way, I'm a very analytical person. I love the way that this is presented too. You got the card name, you've got the rarity. So in Mythik, the rarity goes by rank. So there's 5 ranks. Rank 1 is basically your commons. Rank 2, basically uncommons. Rank 3s are your rares. 4s are going to be your super rares. And then 5s are your just god tier cards, right? So obviously 5s are near impossible to find. And in fact, in this set, as we're looking here, there is literally only one rank 5 card. You can see there's a couple rank 4s. There's only one rank 5 card in this entire set. I guess we'll just talk about it first, because why not, right? It is the one-of-one Shadow Prince Lucifer, the Fallen Angel full art card. It is a one-of-one. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys somewhere so you can see. But this one has been revealed to show the art off, because A, the art is phenomenal, and B, it's the one-of-one chase card. You want to know what you're going after. So this is definitely the top chase card, and whoever pulls this will have the ultimate Mythic Grail. This is going to be a card very highly sought after. I mean, if you're lucky enough to pull it, somebody out there is going to be willing to pay some buku bucks for this. I'm just saying it now. There's a few of us that are we're low-key saving up for the odd event that none of us gets this card, right? I am one of those people. I am saving up in case I don't pull this, because I want this card. But what's really cool is you have this one-of-one chase card. The set is relatively small. I think it actually starts off at, number 4. So there's 3 slots before. So there's 98 cards in this whole set. And there's a one-of-one chase card. Now, I think the boxes for this set are going to be smaller. They're not going to be the traditional 24-pack boxes. I think they're actually going to be smaller. But that's for a different video. We haven't been officially revealed anything yet. It's just been talked about in the Mythik Discord, which, by the way, if you guys have not joined the Mythik Discord, you need to join that so you can stay up to date on all this information here. But looking at the list here, we have some really good stuff. We are getting the inclusion of Gaelic cards. So old Celtic mythology coming into play here. There's actually 3 cores that are going to be featured and present in here. We're going to have the Gaelics. We're going to have pirates, which everybody's been really looking forward to. And then there's going to be Camelot. So you're going to get this right here. King Arthur, the Pendragon. And you're going to get, Avalon. There's just bunch of Camelot cards. Then you're going to get a lot of Tuath cards, which are the Celtic or the Gaelic cards. And then even some pirates in here. You got Captain Bellamy, Captain Kidd, Captain Teach. You got Davy Jones, the Sailor's Devil. Like, there's some really good cards in here. But I like this layout, though, as I was saying, because it breaks down by rarity and by card type. So if we really want to, which maybe we will do that in a minute, you know, we can kind of go through. But there's some really cool things here. Like, you've got Arthur Pendragon, the Chosen King, which is only going to be a rank 2, which means it's an uncommon. So it's not going to be hard to necessarily pull this particular card, which is going to be good because you want it for playability. But if you're a collector, there's a full art version of it that's going to be a lot harder to get. We don't know at this point how the pull rates are going to be for this particular set. But with Twilight Immortal, it was, I think you got at least three rank 3 or higher in a box. And, you know, a box, like a booster box like this comes with 24 packs. Getting at least 3, you know, was nice because, you know, the rank 3 and higher are going to be at least your full art cards. I don't know if I have any on hand here. Let me look real quick while I'm talking. Every pack is if it goes like Twilight Immortal, every pack will have a foil like this. It's just a regular sheen, you know, kind of regular foil on it. But it could potentially have a full foil, which I don't think I have in this box here. Where the card itself is not foil, but like the artwork, kind of like a Pokemon card and all that, but a lot more special, a lot better. So rank 3 and higher, those are the ones you want. Those are, like I said, your rare cards. If they go down the same path of Twilight Immortal, then that's what we can expect there. But we got a lot of good new cards in here. There are some repeat cards in here as well. Stuff like Earthquake and Elixir of Life are reprints that are going to be coming back in here. But it's honestly really good because they weren't in Twilight Immortal. They were only in Ancient Legends, which is their base set box. But now you get a chance to get them in some kind of foil, you know, which you didn't really have a chance for in Ancient Legends. So that's going to be really nice. Also, it's good to get some updated text because some of these cards have some errata. There used to be a thing called stack attacks when it was just Ancient Legends. They actually got rid of that just because of the balance of the game. So they said, you know what, that's a little bit too much. We're gonna kind of cut some of that out. So some of these cards might have, you know, the new updated text even on them. But what's really interesting is there's cards like this Endless Chasm right here that says it's an alternate art. So I don't know if that means it's like getting a really good foil makeover alt art or if it's simply just a different piece of art used for the same card. Either way, I am all for it. Very excited about it. Even like things like Excalibur, the Sword in the Stone, you have a regular version of it. So everybody, it's a rank 2. It's not going to be that difficult to pull. So anybody buying boxes will have a really good chance of pulling it. But then for the collectors out there, there is a full art version of it you can go for. And, you know, it just kind of goes down. You got the Feather of Truth, Feigned Retreat, Flying Dutchman, the Ghost Ship, which is a Mythik, which is really cool. I'm really curious to see the breakdown of like Mythics, Champions, and Magics, and like the different card types. But one thing that was really interesting to me when I saw this was this section right here is all of the Heavenly Pharaohs core set. So in Ancient Legends, you know, there's a couple big cores in here. You have the Heavenly Pharaoh stuff, so the Egyptian stuff. You got the Greek stuff, and then you've got the SPQR. And what's really interesting is that they chose to redo the Heavenly set, not because they were bad or anything. The very first champion of Mythic ran a Heavenly deck. So it's a very powerful core archetype here. But most of these are getting reworks as alternate arts. And again, now they get the chance to be in some of these foils. You even have stuff like this right here. The Heavenly Pharaoh Atum Ra, the Midday Sun, in a full art hieroglyph edition. Now that is one of the language cards that are the native language cards that I was talking about earlier. And what's really cool about this, we have not seen them yet, but Max, the creator of Mythik, has talked about it a little bit on how this is going to be a really cool full art card that's going to feature gold text, and the body of the card will be in English, so all the card abilities and such you can still read and play with, but the name of the card at the in the middle is going to be in hieroglyphs. For this one, for example, is going to be in hieroglyphs. And this is not a perfect interpretation or anything, but this is something you might be able to expect to see in the gold hieroglyphic writing. So it's going to be really cool to see this Egyptian card with some hieroglyph. That word is so hard for me to say. I don't know why. Hieroglyph. There we go. But it's going to be really cool to get these cards in these native language texts here. But the Heavenly Pharaoh set is going to be another cool one. I am honestly really looking at building a good Heavenly Pharaoh deck. So as soon as I get one going, and maybe with the release of this, as we add new cards, I will try to include some of these reworks, these alternate arts in them. But I will try to do a deck tech on the Heavenly Pharaoh stuff and kind of give you guys, I want to do some videos of giving you guys some combos and mechanics that you can look out for in certain decks to help you build decks, because this game is truly some of the most fun you will ever have playing games. Like, I'm not just saying that because I love this TCG. I'm not trying to like sell out for this TCG, but it is seriously a fun game to play. I know everybody has their own taste in games and whatnot, but this is one of my favorite games to play. So I'm really looking forward to the Heavenly set reworked in here. And when you think of games and you think of reprints and cards, like think about Pokemon right now has their new Shrouded Fables set that came out, where a lot of the cards are just literally reprints that they've thrown in, mostly like gameplay mechanic reprints and stuff. There's just nothing to them that you want, but this excites me, and most of the community is extremely excited about getting a reintroduction of the Heavenly Pharaoh set, and then getting the alternate arts as well, on top of getting the chases of like these foil, getting these cards in foil, and just there's a lot of good stuff that's going to be coming with it. And then other cards like the Impenetrable Rampart here is getting an alternate art. We got the Jolly Roger, King's Crusade, Kraken, Devil of the Deep is not only getting an alternate art, but it's also getting a full art. I'm very excited about that. This is a really, really cool one right here. We are getting the legendary enchanter Merlin Ambrosius, which is a full art rank 4 champion. I think it's actually one of the only rank 4s that is not going to be a native language text card. And it's kind of like a standalone. There's no lower tier of this. So this is truly going to be a good card. I haven't seen the game mechanics on it yet, but we know from previous sets that, they don't just throw cards out there, these one-offs that aren't like really, really good. They're not game breaking, but they definitely help you get an edge in gameplay. So this is going to be a highly sought after card. I really want the card as a collector, but also as a player. And then another really interesting thing coming back here is the Mermaiden set, which actually makes sense because, right, we've got the pirate sea devil theme going on. The pirate core archetype is actually called sea devils. They're not called pirates, but they are pirates. But there's other things coming along in with them, like the mermaidens and, the Kraken of the Deep, that type of stuff. But a lot of reprints there, and then one is actually getting an alternate art. So I'm very excited about that. And then as we go down here, we find our next native language card, which is going to be the Norse Thor, Lord of Thunder, and it's going to be in full art runes. So I'm very excited. You guys know I'm going to be chasing this card heavily. I really, really want this card just to get the Thor full art with the gold foil treatment and all that, but then having his name in runes. And this is an example of what the runic Thor should look like. So just having in that like old Norse Thor or Norse language written out as Thor is just going to be so cool, and I can't wait to see it. But then again, with the heavenly stuff, you know, we threw the heavenly stuff in there. You've got to have the good counterpart to it, which is the Greek stuff. Now, the Greeks and the Egyptians were like the two main core archetypes in ancient legends. The base set, this box right here, which I have a couple extra of, and we're going to be cracking open soon. Even their starter decks, which, where are they? These two decks over here, you can kind of see them. Those are the only starter decks to officially have been launched by Mythik. One's an Olympian deck, one is a heavenly deck. So it's really cool to see that they're doing this, and majority of these are coming out as alternate arts. Again, like the heavenly stuff, you know, most of them were alternate arts. All of them except for Olympian Hera is getting an alternate art. The only other exception is Zeus, King of the Gods, is going to get the full art Greek edition. So the other native language card here is going to be Olympian Zeus, which could look something like this on the card. It's going to be, you know, Latin, Greek. I'm looking forward to all these. I will be collecting these. I am going to be ripping boxes heavily, chasing these, because I am a degenerate and I need these cards. Shiny cardboard has taken over my life. So that's going to be really, really awesome. I'm really looking forward to the reprints of these as well. Again, for the same reason, you know, you get the chase of some of these foils, and I don't know, it might not even be this type of foil. Like, this is just a generic, like, sheen, you know, just a generic kind of like rainbowy foil on it. They might redo the alternate art or the reverse foiling cards altogether. They could change a lot of things about it, but if they keep it, at least we know we get a chance of getting some foil cards of these, and I'm very excited about that. And then kind of going on, again, you get the standard Queen Anne's Revenge in a regular rank 2 card. Going to be a little bit easier for people to collect for gameplay, but then there's going to be a full art version as well. Very much looking forward to that. You know, another like random Olympian card I just seen in here is the Reign of Kronos. So that's going to be an interesting one. We are getting some Sengokus in here. A lot of them are alternate arts. The one I'm very excited about is Miyamoto Musashi, because I actually play him in my Aztec deck. My Aztec deck is a little bit of everything, to be completely honest, but I built it around the Aztec cores. So I am very excited to pull this one. Hopefully I do pull quite a few of these so I can update my deck. The text and everything should be the same. It's just alternate arts. And then we get down to the Shadow Prince Lucifer, the 1/1 full art. We already kind of looked at that. And then there's also going to be Prince Sathanas the Furious. I'm not sure if that's a reprint or not, to be honest. I don't remember it. But also, there's some cards from Ancient Legends I haven't even pulled yet, which is what is amazing about these boxes. People are sleeping on these sets. I'm telling you now, people are sleeping on these previous Mythic sets, because there's some really, really good cards that haven't been pulled yet, or there's only been a handful of, and they're actually selling for some pretty good pennies there, you know? We got some of the Gaelic people here: Sir Galahad, Seeker of the Grail, Sir Gawain, the Courteous Companion. These are Camelot people, not Gaelic. Sir Lancelot of the Lake, Sir Percival, Sir Tristan. You got the Spanish Armada, which is kind of like a weird, random one they just threw in there. But I have a theory that we might be going to South America in the next set. And if it's not the next set, maybe the set after that. I don't know. That's just my educated guess, is we might be going to South America. I've kind of thrown it out there, and I think some other people have thrown it out there. It would be cool to see, you know, more. I want more Aztecs because I love that deck. But see like more Incan mythology kind of thrown in there, more South American stuff in there. And then, you know, you have the Spanish Inquisition that kind of happened, and walked in there, marched in there, and did what they did, and it just would be really cool. And I think that might be a glimpse into the future there. I don't know. Time will tell. But we got some reprints of the SPQRs as well, a very small core, but they're all alternate arts except for Agrippina, RIP Agrippina. But unfortunately, Caligula is not in here. I'd love to get a reprint of Caligula, and you just make people miserable again with that because he's such a fun general. He's fun if he's on my team. He's not fun on anybody else's team. And then that pretty much is it. You know, it rounds out the last few of them here. But it's very interesting to see the set list officially revealed. I am very excited, very much looking forward to this actual release. I have not been this excited for a release in a long time. And it's very exciting. You know, this is a game that I truly do love. I know it's not a big game, it's not a core game, nothing like that, but this is a really good designed game with really good people in it, and I think everybody should just go and check it out. So that is my roundup of the latest greatest Mythic news. Again, we are a week away from the drop of Forbidden Tides, so make sure you go subscribe to the, well, I guess you don't subscribe, you just join the Discord to stay up to date on all that, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. And that's all we have time for today. We will see you guys in the next video.